Va a entrar, Bruno. Ya está, Bruno.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are here in a special event to celebrate 4 years of Oceans and Flow, and also for an extra special event that is to release MERAKi to the world. And I want to start our conversation to this celebration moment, asking for each one of you to say hello, to say your name, where are you in the world right now, and how you're feeling. So if we can start with Violeta and then Gustavo, please.
Hello everyone. It's a very, very special moment today, celebrating this 4th anniversary in this special way, sharing with you this premiere. We will see together for the first time the MERAKi film. It's a very special documentary that we've been developing during these 3 years. So if Gustavo wants to share a little more about the MERAKi.
Hello, I'm Gustavo. I'm close to Lisbon right now in my home studio. Good to see everybody there. The crew, everybody we filmed with, that's awesome. And everybody that is joining, it's very nice to have online screening. It's my first online screening event, pretty interesting and cool to see it working. Hello, Vangelis. Haven't seen you yet. Hello. And MERAKi was a film that we began with the intention to follow our group dancing in an island that we got to know through a film festival. Actually, we sent them a film festival a few years ago about an edition we did in the Açores, and they enjoyed the film and called us over and challenged us to make a little piece on the island. Anything we wanted to give us full creative ability. And we got inspired to make something. So a year later, we brought a crew, we invited some people, and we got to know some local people on the island also, and decided to make a film not only about the dance event that we were hosting, but also to share local stories and local insights that we were learning on location. So the MERAKi film became about a dance group traveling together, making a dance co-creation in an island, and sharing local stories with a sea turtle rescue center, a local island herbalist, a freediver, guide, and a dancer.
Yeah, so this MERAKi, this documentary, was filmed during a journey that we had 2 years ago. So the people that you will see during the film, they are the participants, and the stories that you will, the characters that you will watch, they were the teachers, the partners that they were with us during this journey in this beautiful island.
Can Rania continue her presentation?
Okay, so I'm Rania Spyropoulou. I'm now near Athens in a little summer house, so in Greece, with our lemon tree behind. I'm really very happy to be with you guys, and thank you so much you brought a lot of inspiration to us. I'm working with the sea turtles, so I'm a member of the board of directors of this Greek NGO. We are studying turtles, taking care of sick turtles and injured turtles, and releasing them to the water. And when Gustavo and Violeta approached us, I think they liked the idea of a sick animal and then a healed animal back to the sea. I think that now that I think back, this must have been appealing to them, but it was great to meet them and all the other people who are in the film. The story of the sea and of nature, I think it's really close to our hearts, and we love we take care of every marine creature we can. So it's an interesting coming together with other people about this film, and I think everybody enjoyed this time we spent. Very inspiring. with the group.
Thank you, Rania. And next, Dimitris. Open your mic, please.
Hello, guys. Hello from underwater Amorgos. I'm very happy I'm part of MERAKi. I'm now in the diving center, and I'm very happy it's all the team here. Say hello. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, thank you, Dimitris. Now we have Vangelis in the house.
Yeah.
Vangelis, can you say hello? How are you today? And where are you speaking from?
Hello, everybody. I'm honored and very happy to be with this group and to share MERAKi to the world. It's about time. I am on the island now. I'm on Amorgos. It's a very beautiful hot day, but we have a nice breeze coming from the ocean, so we cannot help to be in MERAKi mood. And this year I work a little less with the plants because as we don't have people this time, we need to collect less. So we have time to enjoy ourselves and to go out there and take care of the plants, which we always do. And now this is a good year because we had a late rains, so everything has been in full bloom. Right now the thyme is in full bloom, so everything in the nature on the mountains is purple.
Well, thank you, Vangelis, for sharing. It's so nice to have everyone here together. First of all, I just want to present myself. My name is Bruno. I'm here representing Livre, which is a social good agency and content creator here in Lisbon, and also representing HUT Portugal, which is an environmental care association here in Portugal also. And I'm really thankful for you receiving me after talking with Violeta, preparing for this moment. I noticed the connections that you all have from your history together and the respect that you have for each other. And this is really special. And we are 5 minutes away for the first premiere. And I want to pass my word to Violeta if she wants to present or tell a little bit more for MERAKi and prepare us for what's coming next.
Yeah, thank you, Bruno. So MERAKi, it's a Greek word that means creating from the essence, creating with passion in your heart and with love. And this was the inspiration when I heard about this word, and all the stories that came in these connections on this path in this island. I really hope that inspire you to live in MERAKi and share with more people about this this way of connecting with the water, connecting with the nature. I hope that you really enjoy this moment.
Gustavo, you want to add something before we start? We still have a few minutes.
The sound.
Gustavo, tens que abrir o microfone, por favor.
I'm ready for the movie. Sometimes you go looking for an island and you have an idea of where you want to go. You prepare yourself, or you're looking for a certain destination. Sometimes an island finds you. So making this film was a nice surprise. It's something that appeared on our horizon and we went along with it. And so wishing everybody a nice journey into the film.
Nice. So just let me share with everyone how it works. In 4 minutes, the movie will be available at the Oceans and Flow YouTube channel. So we'll be on hold here in this link, and everyone will go together to the other link to watch the movie together as one big and MERAKi group. And then after the movie is over, we all come back to this link so we can chat, talk about our impressions, how was our feelings, and talk about ourselves. All right,
Yeah.
so
let's go. We'll start in 3 minutes.
Ok, olha, o dia aqui em Lisboa tá bem bonito. The day here in Lisbon is beautiful. And I can see that over there in the island is beautiful too.
I will share the message in Portuguese. Maybe there is persons that doesn't understand.
Boa ideia.
So, nós agora daqui a 3 minutos vamos ter a estreia do filme MERAKi. Não será aqui neste filme, nesta transmissão que vocês estão a assistir, mas no canal do YouTube está agendada já uma transmissão que vai começar daqui a 2 minutos. Então é lá que nós nos vamos encontrar, tem também um chat, vocês também poderão interagir e no final do documentário, que tem meia hora, nós vamos voltar aqui e partilhar um pouco mais, partilhar assim das nossas experiências, se vocês também quiserem colocar questões. Então, daqui a 2 minutos vai começar o MERAKi no outro canal, no do Oceans and Flow, mas na outra transmissão.
Vamos para lá, então? Vamos se encontrar lá?
Vamos.
Please, just a reminder that everyone can close your mics. Because the little screen still shows, okay? Olá.
Very nice film.
Okay.
Olá.
Trading is not for everyone, but if you are a trader, Plus 500 is the place for you.
We need to turn off the YouTube.
Pronto,
Okay.
estamos aqui de
Very nice
volta.
film.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
How are you feeling? How was the feeling?
Someone. Oi.
Trading is not for everyone, but if you are a trader, Plus 500 is the place for you.
We need to turn off the YouTube.
Pronto, estamos aqui de volta. Hello everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Nossa. Sorry.
Okay, so we're back after watching the movie for the first time. Everyone, welcome back. Now everything is working. Everyone is listening to me?
Yes, now listening you.
Perfect. So I want to start our conversation asking the filmmaker himself, the director of MERAKi, Gustavo. Gustavo, please share with us how was all the process? How was connecting your feelings and dreams with the material, the challenges of filming underwater, and how you're feeling today, showing the movie to the world?
It felt nice to watch it live. It's always different experience of watching in different screening situations. It was good to have everybody connected on this stream. The film was interesting to make because it's, in terms of filmmaking, it's a very small, mobile filmmaking kit to be able to follow the group and be in all these environments at once and traveling light in between these environments. Can you hear me okay? Is it going okay? All right. So the idea was to, even though for this one, we knew that we were going to go after a couple of stories, a lot of what made it into the film happened on location. So a lot of it was spontaneous. It was co-creating according to what we found on the trail. So it's an interesting for a documentary, even though you can plan a lot in advance and kind of know what we want to piece together. It was very much about reacting to what was happening as our group was moving along. So as a filmmaker, in the sense working solo to be able to capture something like this, it's being able to be invisible, not interfere, be able to approach in the right moment, use very light equipment to be able to run in front of people to the mountain and then not be the last one because we got to go somewhere else. For the water dives, it's always some of my favorite to film because you feel very immersed. You feel like a human tripod that can move in 360 all over. So it's very nice to film underwater. You almost forget that you are filming. The camera enhances the experience a little bit. It gives you more focus. You need to kind of remember to go back up for breath. So all the scenes in the film are filmed with freediving. So not using any scuba gear, which allows to be more flexible in the water. And also to be able to follow the natural movement from the divers and the dancers. So it gives us that feeling of going up with them for air, going down, and it puts us a bit more in touch with their rhythm in the water.
That's
Overall,
it. Nice. Thank you, Gustavo. And now I want to ask Violeta. Violeta, how do you feel about being the connecting piece among this amazing group? How do you feel to be reconnected through technology with everyone that was involved in MERAKi? And I want you to share a little bit with us about your connection with water, your history with water.
Hey, so I'm very happy to be with you guys and sing together. In fact, I really feel your presence, Vangelis. and Dimitris every time that I dive. So I really feel MERAKi in my daily life. So can you repeat?
I asked you about your relationship with water that is so
With
present.
the waters, yes.
It's something that you love, is all around your life.
Yes, the water now really represents a lot. I learned how to swim 4 years ago, 4 years and 4 months. And all this journey, these discoveries that I've been sharing this journey with beautiful people that the water has been connecting me. So I've been following the water these 4 years and traveling, and with this project Oceans and Flow, I've been developing water journeys, inviting people to join and to explore this aquatic movement, how we can habits, how we can move in the water in different ways and have a relation with the water in many ways, not only for fun or for healing, for knowing better, knowing more about ourselves, and it's a very, very special element that I'm really deep connected. And now this fear that I had with the water like 4 years ago, now I feel transforms in a big love and passion, and I feel the water as a mission to share this water wisdom, these water stories, these beautiful people connecting together to care the water and share this message with more people.
That's amazing. It was so beautiful to see the movements. It was like it's an experience watching the MERAKi.
Yeah.
And well, Rania, I want to open the mic for you, so you can tell us a little bit more about the rescue center, about your relationship with the turtles, and especially how can we help from far away and who is near, and what are your dreams for the rescue center too?
Well, yes, I'll thank you, Bruno. And I want to start by saying that it is a very beautiful film that you made, Gustavo and Violeta. Thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. What Vangelis was saying, what Dimitris was saying, what Apostolia was saying, because we don't know each other, right? But through the film, it is really interesting to the stories you put together in a nice way. So thank you for that. It has an effect. I think you managed to transmit, to find something that connects us, and that's really a very good feeling. So the Archelon is a very old society. It's more than 35 years. We have been working with sea turtles in Greece. In the beginning, we were just counting the nests and protecting the little ones and seeing. It was the first time it was recorded in Greece. It was 37 years ago, so nobody knew except from the locals. But then as we started our work, people found these injured animals and they did not know what to do with them. So 10 years later, more or less, we started the rescue center, because it's important to have a place where people can bring an injured animal. This is about ourselves and the world. So if you walk on a beach, or if you see an injured turtle in nets and you want to help it, you don't know how. But many people feel like they have to do it. They feel connected. They feel very touched. So they bring the animals to the rescue center. And then starts the connection with the people who treat them. That's also very unique. I'm not one of them, but I'm with them, so to speak. The important thing is that volunteers from all over the world come to help us. So it's not it's located in Greece. Archelon is located in Greece, but it's about more than 500 people come to our projects every year. So it's a family, and they come to give their time, effort, and so on. This is very touching by itself. I don't know how it has happened. This is nobody had a plan. This is the way to go, but it happened. So people liked what was happening, and they joined in, very much like you liking what we do. And that's why now we work together with so many people. Of course, there's a system. You can volunteer, you can send money, and so on. Best thing, of course, is to volunteer. But now this was a difficult time with the coronavirus. So we're very lucky that a few people stayed in the rescue center through the winter. And we were able to release about 7 turtles so far this spring. So I think it's about us and the world, us and nature, and it's nice to be able to do something without hurting, but rather healing with regard to nature, right? It's a step in a positive, constructive way, let's say.
Yeah, that's amazing, Rania. Thank you. Violeta, Gustavo, or anyone, you have any questions for Rania? You want to add something to the experience or a special moment that you had with her? Or with the turtles? How was the releasing the one that we saw in the documentary? How was it?
Maybe one question for Rania is, or maybe more people are thinking, there's so many causes, there's so many habitats, so many loss of wildlife happening. How did turtles come into your life? Why did you choose, or did it choose you? So how did you focus on one, and what do you think people should do if they want to get involved but don't know where to start?
Okay, good question though. Even though we are old, so 37 years ago, when these animals were found to be nesting in Greece, I was graduating the university. So the whole group of people, the first turtlers, were actually around this new issue about finding a new animal. And at the same time, all over the world, there was discussion about sea turtles. They were going down in the population. So that's why the society was that. It's not the only thing I have done in my life, but it goes on, and it has a lot of volunteer energy. People who run the society give a lot of attention and time to that. So this is a cause that has an interest, because the animals are in the public space, the coast. Everybody wants the coast, and it's suffering. There is also problems in the deeper sea, but the coast is a zone discussing about myself and the other people, how will I behave? And the animals want a place there as well. So it's a story that keeps us interested. And I think everyone who wants to see this project will get a lot of ideas about other projects as well. This is not the only one, of course, but it is gifted in a way, because it's in a public space that everybody wants, and nature needs it too. So there's a lot of effort there. It's a never-ending story, so to speak. It's not like we finished, we saved it, right? That's what I mean. But there's for people connecting with nature, it's a good project to start with. But there's more, of course.
Amazing. It's like a door that you open to see there is a whole world that you can help, that you can learn from the connections that you made there. We believe here in Livre Party, and we can see that you all also believe in these important connections that we made. And when we work and deal with MERAKi in our attitudes, this connection starts growing by itself. And now I want to talk a little bit with our amazing diver, Dimitris, who is back in the island. How are you, Dimitris?
Hello. Good. And I am exciting with the movie. what I want to say is, you know, I born here, I grew up here, but now when I saw this movie, I feel again the beauty of the island. Guys, you do an amazing job. You did an amazing job, and I'm very happy. You know, sometimes the local people will forget how beautiful it's Amorgos, and now you remind us again. And the underwater videos I saw, it's amazing. Yeah, you did an amazing job. Thank you for this.
Amazing, Dimitris. And how is the life in the island? Or how was the life during all these challenging times that we're facing right now? How was the day to day? Can you see the changes in the nature? Did it something grew back or restored something natural that was when we all slow it down?
Yeah, we start. I start to dive every day 15 years ago when I opened the diving center. So every year I see the changes, the underwater environment with the plastics. It's not so good. I mean, every year I can see the difference. But I'm happy because the kids here in the schools with the internet, they can see more information about the cleanup and the underwater environment, how they can help the underwater environment. And we do a lot of cleanup here with the schools. Archelon help us a lot with a lot of information about turtles. Many people now from here join us to clean the beaches, to clean the underwater. I think now slowly everything is going better.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news, especially for moments like this with MERAKi, with this conversation. It's a way to start lighting up empathy and love to the ocean and to our connection with it. So
Yes,
if you want to share a little bit with us, how is your connection with water? Having practicing and diving for so long, why is diving so important for you?
Every time I dive, because now I dive every day, 3 times per day. So every morning when we start and I jump in the water, really, I feel like I am in my home. You know, what I say, the sea is like the most beautiful woman. And I feel this, I feel how beautiful she is. You know, in Greek we say Lapa, so it's name for a woman. So I feel nice. I feel like I'm in my home, and I live there almost the most of the day. I see the fishes. You know, I meet every day the fishes, and I say hello.
They are your family.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, does anyone have any questions for Dimitris? Well, thank you, Dimitris. Gustavo has a question.
Yeah, maybe if there are people looking and they saw the images and they're wondering, you know, how, if I want to do that, how can I do that? Do you have any suggestions for how people can start exploring the underwater world?
Yes, it's very easy. I mean, the only you need it's And here we take mask, the fees, where to go. We have a small briefing, some informations about how to equalize, about some things about the underwater environment, and then of course we go in the water, and everybody can feel the water. Say free diver can be everybody, because when you dive even 1 meter underwater, you are a free diver. So yeah, it's very easy. Only you need to come here to say, I want to dive. And I say, okay, let's get wet. Let's go in the water.
Thank you. Well, now I want to talk a little bit with Vangelis. Vangelis, how are you, man? Well, Violeta told me the special connections that you have with the plants of the island, the special connection that you all had together, that she learned so much from you, that it's so nice to having you here. And I want to ask you to talk about a little bit more about your special connection with the special plants, how that changes your life, and how can we, from our homes, get a better connection with plants and the feelings and the properties that comes from the plants. Remember to open your mic, please. Perfect.
Okay, can you hear now? Okay, so let's start from your last question, Bruno, how you can have a better connection from your home. Well, there is two ways. One is to have a little garden in your home, to have some plants near you at least. And if you and the other connection is that I can send you many lovely herbs and products from here, and like some essences. And if I send you an essential oil in a bottle and you open the bottle, then you are transported to Amorgos instantly. So
Violeta is with hers, with her.
Oh, yes, there. Violeta has Amorgos in the bottle. Okay, so you know, my main profession is a therapist. So I treat people, I heal people, and one of the ways I do it is with plants. So when I returned to Amorgos after a long time away from the island, I started to appreciate the plants in a big way, because I realized that they are our own humans' best companions. Because from the plants we can feed ourselves and sustain ourselves. And here on the island there is a long tradition. People know all the wild herbs that they can feed themselves with. And then it's very also I came from an old tradition of healing ourselves with the plants. The people on the island, when we were kids, they used the plants as medicine. And I'm very lucky to have been exposed to that reality, that we can actually heal ourselves from the plants. So the plants are good for the body, but they're also good for the spirit, especially certain plants. So then especially in connection with spiritual plants, then I realized the need to bring back that connection, that as much as we need the plants, for our own survival and awakening. In the same way, the plants and the land, they need our care and attention and sensitivity for the balance. Otherwise, it's only one way. We need the plants, and we go, and eventually happens what happens everywhere in the world: a depletion of the resources and the wounding of the land. So, so that's and here on Amorgos, because on the village we have now the laboratory, and which is visitable, and we receive many people from young kids. All the schools come and visit, and also especially in the spring, also in the autumn, we receive many groups. So we have this opportunity to share this connection with the plants and raise the awareness to the people that you cannot take plants for granted, because plants is our life, a big connection with our life.
Yeah,
They connect us with life one way or another.
That's beautiful.
So in the laboratory, we have this opportunity, and people appreciate this very much, and they are very inspired. But we pay more emphasis to bring this awareness to the kids, to the children, because the kids are like sponges, and they appreciate this knowledge, and the kids also, especially on the island, they start to appreciate the plants and not take them for granted.
Yeah, that's perfect. One of the most beautiful moments for me that made me think watching the movie was when you told that we have to come to the plants with the energy that we want them to feel us, that because they will also communicate to each other about the feelings that we have. And I want to ask if Violeta or Gustavo, Rania, do you have any questions, or do you want to tell a special moment that you had with the herbs or plants in the island?
Sorry.
Yeah, I can. Well, for me, it was interesting because the scene with Vangelis wasn't really planned. So after meeting him and seeing how he worked, the scene kind of developed. And Vangelis had a lot of ideas on how we should approach the plants and how to go around in the trail. So I was very grateful for collaborating on that scene. I think it came out very nice. And maybe as a question, you answered a lot already, but how do you see on the island, maybe is there pressure to convert forests or wild spaces into more monoculture plantations? And if you go against that, do you think we are able to produce what we need for nutrition, for medicine, without having to convert away from wild spaces and forests? If you have any example of that on the island, it'd be great.
You know, the landscape of the island, it's such that it's impossible to have big scale cultivations. And anyway, agriculture on the island, it has declined in recent years. And unfortunately, the take of agriculture has taken the overbreeding of goats. And we don't have a problem of monoculture here. It is actually this strange a hobby of people to keep goats. It has always been, but people kept little just for their sustenance, just for the sake of sustainability. But nowadays, with certain, in our opinion, wrong dealings of the EEC, people are encouraged to have more and more goats. So this nowadays has caused a distraction on a small island like this, and not only on this island, but on other islands, because it's not only that they destroy the flora because of the overpopulation and the change in the climate that gets drier and drier. There are areas that have been depleted from the flora, but also because they destroy the terraces, the old stone walls that they have been taken care for centuries. Nowadays, all the stone walls are destroyed, so therefore we are coming back to a problem of erosion. So this is now a difficult issue here on the island, and we try from our point to keep goats out of certain pieces of the land, to at least keep these places healthy. But this is a big story, and it's not, I think, for this place now to talk more about it. Otherwise, people now, everybody now, there is a return to little scale agriculture. And maybe that's also one way to save the land, because everybody now, like the old times, they begin to have their little garden, to have certain cultivations like the split lentils that now it becomes popular again. Fava, we call it, as an example. So now there is a small degree, very small, but it's promising to return to healthy agriculture.
That's beautiful, and you're telling the examples of this. It helps other people to understand that it's possible to do it. It's possible to bring the acknowledgement to your life, for inside your house. Thank you for sharing. And I want to ask if someone else has any question for him. Violeta, you want to add something?
Well, one of the intentions of this bringing this MERAKi is to have more attention to about our being more responsible for our impact, our actions, be drops of action, like what we can do in our daily life, how we can care better the water, starting in our home, like the products that we use, how we care our trash, our personal garbage, like where goes, where you put, do you recycle in the better way? We really can learn a lot, connecting or learning how to separate garbage in a good way, to provide that will not go to the ocean, to the wrong way. So we see in this film, and we listen, we know this problem so in the world that we have about this plastic. So what we can do now, like reduce our consume about plastic, think about this, and be more, it's time to act, really time to act, to continue to spread, to share these acts that we can do.
What I like about this MERAKi film, which is a pioneer in this way, I think, is that the MERAKi film raises, like Violeta, like you say, Violeta, raises environmental issues like the plastic, or like Rania brought the turtle situation. or any other environmental issue, but the MERAKi deals with the problems in the water, for example, is that it brings it to the public in a relationship with our art. And this somehow stimulates the interest of the people in a bigger way. For example, to show a documentary about the plastic in the sea that you see nowadays everywhere. You see in the internet there is plenty of documentaries. It's and people already are fed up with it. They see it, they feel sad, but they cannot, and they even lose interest about it because they cannot help. But now, if they see it in this way, connect it with, for example, with dance, those people who will watch this movie, they will certainly, whether they are dancers or singers or not, they will become a little more interested in, let's say, in the turtle situation or in the plastic in the sea. And on another level, it shows people that one of the ways to heal a diseased environment is through MERAKi. For example, you can heal individual beings, like I am professioned to heal people, Rania, or plants in that way, and Rania can heal the turtles. But if we dance on the land or in the water, and if we bring the MERAKi in our life, this has a big impact on the planet. It heals the water, it heals the land. And just like you, Violeta, and Dimitris, you dance in the water. I have for example, I bring this as an example. I have a friend from Japan who is a martial artist, but it's also a swimmer. And he's practiced now that he teaches to the world. Dimitris, you know him. It is Sai, the Japanese guy. He dives or he crawls and he sings in the water. And now his new martial art is to teach people how they can sing while they are underwater.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, sure.
Let's bring him to the meeting.
Yes, and how we can bring art in order to resolve environmental issues. I will bring you one example. Now on Amorgos, we have a big nightmare coming to us, like in many other islands, because they are going to plant a big number of these huge monsters, the wind turbines. In fact, because they propose it's green energy and we need windmills to replace petrol and so on, but it's not like so. The island needs maybe 1 or 2 wind turbines for our local needs, but they want to bring, let's say, 70 or 80 to spread it along the mountain top and change the place from a little paradise into an industrial a place for that will export wind energy to other parts of Greece, and I don't know where. So this, now it is very tricky because some already they have issued licenses for this, and they bypass the local authorities. So one day we're going to have to do activism against these huge things, but we start working from now. And in my opinion, one of the ways to protest is to recruit artists like singers or poets or painters or dancers who will make the art as a protest against this issue, because people pay attention to the artists more than to panels or, you know, TV celebrities and so on. So to cut a long story short, art, it's a very good thing to raise environmental issues, and that's why MERAKi is a fantastic way to start this approach.
Amazing. And catching that, I want to ask Gustavo if during the process of creating, and was this one idea, one of the challenges and one of the dreams to unite art and a message in one capsule to share the world? And how was the impact of filming such a beautiful island, and the scenes that you when we went to the beach and saw all the plastic, how hard it was to film that? Because during the scenes we can feel that the idea was so that we are like suffocating and asking for help. How was filming that, and was this, how important for you is to pass a message in your movies?
Yeah, it was nice to hear Vangelis' take. That was very present in the motivation for the movie. It's interesting to be able to mix it like that. I also feel by watching many documentaries that having the information sometimes is not enough. We need to feel in the body over time. So we learn not just with our mind, but we learn through our muscles and the cells in our muscles and through our movement. I think that is a very effective way to learn for the long run, because in the short run, we can be very overwhelmed with information and we can understand what we have to do, but we might not have the muscle or the incentive to go after these things. So it was interesting, the scene in the cleanup in the beach. We proposed that to the group because we were receiving a group of dancers and travelers. And we proposed that we would collect trash as much as we could to leave in bins that later could be collected by the island. But the amount was overwhelming, and we knew that it was not going to make much of a difference. Before us, a month before, there was a sailing team that had been on the island, and they put together a cleanup with over 30 people, and they took hundreds and hundreds of kilos away from the beach, and that was less than a month before us. And when we arrived, the place was like that we showed in the movie. So even though it doesn't make so much difference, our focus was to connect ourselves with the trash so that we can spend almost like an active meditation of walking around for a few hours and connecting with the size, how it's breaking down. There's almost beauty in it, you know, there's colorful plastics, you find things from your childhood memories. And one of the guys that was with us, he's a light painter, and he used to use gel sticks for lighting up his shows. And he was like, oh, look, all my gel sticks are here washing up on this beach in Greece. So people can connect in different ways and reflect. It's not so much about the volume of trash that we took away. For that, we would have to stay on the island and develop a more concise project with the island municipality and infrastructure to see what you could do, but it's an overwhelming problem for everyone. It's a long-term thing. But in the short term, we can connect with this ourselves and be inspired and realize that there's no beach in the world that we can go to now, no desert island that the plastic presence isn't there. So what do we do from now? How do we connect with this?
Yes, challenges that we are facing, and I agree with you with Root. Portugal, we do many beach cleanups, and we also do have that feeling of it's a process, a meditation, walking alone on the beach, finding little pieces of plastic, and thinking about how we end up here, looking for how in our lives the refraction in the nature is doing. And it's a journey, and it was nice to see that in the movie too, together with the other message of empathy and beauty with the water. And I want to ask Violeta, I love in Oceans and Flows, you talk so much about the journey of reconnecting to our essence with water. And we are celebrating 4 years of Oceans and Flow. And it's an amazing day. Congratulations for this project that inspires so many people and changes lives of so many people. So if you want to talk about why are you celebrating, how was this journey with Oceans and Flow, and what are your plans for the future, and why do you believe that this connection with water is so important to connect to ourselves?
Well, about these 4 years, looks like was so many lives. Was very intense. We did 30 trips, 7 editions, with 100 participants from 27 countries, and seeing this journey catalyzing their dreams, and the water have this quality, this mystery to show our emerge inside of us, our gifts, our creativity, our fears, our dreams. So it's really an element that it's like a gate when this water practices that you can develop and explore more. Free diving, water dance, water therapies, you really can go more deep about yourself. And yeah, it's very empowering to develop these practices like free diving, expanding our breaths, and bringing these tools, these learnings to our daily life. So for me, since the beginning, that I was like, well, I was so afraid of the water 4 years ago, and now with all this. What I want to continue, of course, and we will have, we are preparing the next movements, the aquatic movements. We will start in September a program with kids in a school here in Archelon, ocean literacy program. So we will have underwater education starting the school here in Portugal. And yeah, we are editing our second documentary. This is the first, MERAKi, and we are editing now Gustavo. It's working, we are editing the second documentary of a water series that we are developing. So yeah, now I came back home after these 30 trips, researching, connecting with wonderful water teachers, and we will continue to share through these films, through the journeys. We'll have we want to come back to Amorgos. We want to dive and to visit Archelon too. So we will continue this water trail. Our base it's here in Portugal, where I live in Archelon, but we have these journeys in 4 islands, in Greece, in Brazil, in Thailand, and Azores. So we are moving. We will move.
Moving with the flow.
Yes. So next year we will move. We'll go back again to Azores, and that's it for now. Step by step.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Violeta. I'm going to read. There's a comment, really nice comment of people who are watching now. There's people from Brazil, from Portugal, from Greece. And there's a really nice comment that is from Juliana Marinho Pires. And she said, what I like the most about MERAKi is the opportunity to feel deep and truly relationship between the human being and the nature, in a sense of recognition, love, and honor. Legal, né? Beautiful comment, Juliana. If anyone has any question, feel free to ask. We are heading to the end of our conversation. So, Rania, go ahead.
Thank you, Bruno. I'm so excited to hear Violeta's new plans. I also want to say that here in Greece, in Archelon, has, I didn't mention it, but about 11,000 pupils visit the rescue center every year. And we will be very happy to see the material and the methods Violeta is working on. And hopefully we can do something with the children here in Athens. It's a very big city surrounded with the sea, and people are very stressed, of course, living packed, even though they're near the sea. So it will be great if you let us know of your next plans and material, and we can maybe organize with other friends things with the school children here, as we have already a community that keeps on coming. Great news, though. Thank you very much.
I would love to. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Can I go together? Can I go? Can we go?
Yeah, let's go to Greece.
Well, I think it's now the time for everyone to give your message, the last message that you want to share with the group. I want to say thank you for everyone for saving the time of your day to be here to this connection. It's been amazing. I can feel everyone is really here at the moment and present. This is amazing. Something that it's not easy to get with just technology without being present, and lots of MERAKi present. So if you wanna, who wants to send a message, a final message? Just raise your hand.
In Archelon, we have invented our first message so many years ago, but we still go by it, you know, and it's called "We can all live together." The turtles, the people, whatever. So even though the years have passed by, I still find myself there, and many of the people in Archelon find themselves in this message. At least this is the way we go. Yeah, let's see.
Thank you, Rania. Vangelis, you want to say your message to everyone who is watching us?
Yes.
To the group?
Let's take this opportunity that each one of us, starting from myself, to be a living example of MERAKi. That if we put our heart in what we are doing, this is contagious. Heartfulness is contagious. People will follow that example in what they are doing. And that raises the awareness, because one of the ways to raise the awareness is to follow the heart. And then I just repeat the message that comes in, that I bring also in the film, that through our heart, we raise the awareness of our own and of the world. And then it's all about awareness. The more we are aware, the more we care, and the less wear and tear, the less distraction. The more awareness, the less distraction, the more creativity.
Well, thank you. Who's next? Dimitris, share your message.
I don't know how it's my connection, because sometimes it's going down. So what message I can say? It's like Rania say, we can stay together with turtles, with all the underwater life, but no plastics in our life. I mean, stay without plastics. And of course, I want to say, Gustavo, he's amazing free diver, and Violeta too. They're very, very good free divers, and I wait for them in Amorgos, and of course for everybody. I wait in Amorgos and to dive together again.
That's amazing. And you were all also invited to come to Portugal, see? Good. And Gustavo, what do you want to share? What is next for the aquatic movement, for the aquatic culture?
Yeah, before sharing, I'd like to thanks everybody again for their stories, for letting us participate in their stories and to share their trails with us, their local spots on the islands, you know, being able to photograph these places. And it was great to share them with you. It really put us there also. And as a message, I guess traveling to these places, sometimes, you know, we're like this quick little buzzing fly that is in a different speed to everything else that is going on. So it's interesting, even as a visualization, to try and really land in these places and connect with what people are going through there and be inspired. So we hope to visit again soon.
It's amazing. Well, and Violeta, what's your final message? What's next? How was your feeling? How you feel now, connected with everyone after all this time?
I'm very with emotions, very emotionated, very, very happy. And I really want to thank everyone that is here with us. And well, this the message that I want to share is like, follow your heart, follow your curiosity, follow your, even with fears, you can really receive a lot of blessings and gifts on the way. So I invite to connect more with water in different ways and to be more connect with nature too and care more nature and embody, feel this presence of MERAKi, see again the movie and share and spread this essence of living with MERAKi. And we will continue today the celebration more later. In Portuguese time at 7, we will have live music with our dear friend Jorge Valério. Will be in Portuguese. Our conversations, our sharings. So I invite everyone. More later, we will have a wonderful moment of music live and pan. Valerio is our partner since the beginning. He's been sharing his wonderful music in our journeys, our 3 editions in Azores. So it will be great to celebrate and close this day, this session with Valerio.
Oh, that's amazing. Once again, thank you everyone for letting me be here, helping you to connect with technology. It was an amazing experience. I'm here representing Livre Para, that also wants always to bring good vibes, good feelings, to put love in our work. And when we meet people that also brings love to the work, the connection is instant. So thank you so much. Violeta, João tá te mandando um beijo, que não tá aqui participando, mas tá aqui nos bastidores, arrumando as luzes, sending you a big kiss. And once again, everyone's invited to go in a while to Oceans and Flow Instagram to see the live music presentation. And that's it. If does anyone else has any other information that you want to share?
You can follow our next journeys, following our newsletter, our channels, our YouTube. You can subscribe our YouTube, and you will receive the next movements, the next videos.
Perfect. So thank you, everyone. MERAKi for everyone all over the world.
Bye bye. Have a beautiful day full of MERAKi.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Gustavo,
Thank you.
Vangelis, Dimitris. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Rania. Thank you, Violeta. Thank you, Gustavo.
Bye.
Yasu Dimitri.
You guys.
Bye. Thank you very much.